Did you ever have to go to a place where you had to like bathe with a bucket in a bathtub?
Yeah, over the Dominican Republic, yeah. We had a few sketchy areas.
Really?
Yeah.
What'd you go to the Dominican Republic for? Just to hang out? Or?
No, we went with buddy I played with Brady Papinga and his wife, and then Brady Quinn, my brother-in-law, like on a, like a 7-day mission trip type thing up in the mountains, chopping trees with hatchets. And
mission trip?
Wow. You were spreading the name of the Jesus over there in Dominican Republic?
Well, so we did get roped into that. We didn't understand at the time, but all of a sudden we took a meeting that someone had, and my good friend Brady Papinga is a Mormon, Latter-day Saints, and all of a sudden we were sitting in this nice, impeccable building in the Dominican talking to one of the execs with the Mormon church, and I was looking at my wife and Brady, I'm like, is this what the trip was about? What are we doing? Yeah. Like, and it was fine. They didn't like pressure us. They were just showing us and telling us all the good that they do on the island for people. But yeah, it was a funny little interaction.
Oh my God, you were a Mormon there for a couple of days. Congratulations.
Jeez. I guess so. Yeah. Where am I going next? Scientology?
Whoa.
AJ,
why even say
easy?
something?
I always said that because there's a big building, not like 10 miles from my house. They took over a nice sized building here, so they have a strong foothold here in Columbus.
I did not know that Scientology is making its way to Columbus. I should have guessed that with the Epstein doc that I watched.
Yeah.
That there was probably some sort of movement happening in Columbus with that mansion that he lived in next to your house there for a while. The Scientology thing is very interesting. Have you heard the story about it in San Francisco when Ty dragged me away from the building that I was even looking at?
Were you going to get audited?
Excuse me?
Where you sit there and you hold the cans and you confess like every sin you've ever done?
I don't know if that's probably what they would have done to me. Yeah, and I didn't know that's how they hold everything over everybody's head, right? That's what they do. They kind of just blackmail you for the rest of your life.
Pretty much.
But we were walking from our studio to our hotel because we were doing a show out there when I was calling the Stanford game, and we would walk literally right past, much like you said, a massive Scientology church, and I'd never seen one in real life, so I was real pumped about this. I've always heard these stories, and they had the doors open, very welcoming, obviously, very nice, and I was just looking in the door or whatever, and I was like, oh yes, I'm a pretty inquisitive person. I was like, I've never seen something like this. I've heard stories. I was like, see what's going on. I'm looking in there or whatever, and Ty grabs me by the back and goes, don't even fucking look in there, and just he pulls me off, and we just walk away basically, right? And I'm like, Ty, you're hilarious, or whatever. Ty, you're hilarious. He was like, no. If they know who you are, which they probably already do, they're going to sink their claws in you and not let you go anywhere. And I'm like, all right, so we move along, okay? We go back down to that same area 8 hours later to have dinner or whatever. Yeah. And we walk outside, and I'm like, oh, there's the Scientology church again. I'm like, let's go over there. And Ty goes, don't you even fucking think about it. There was a guy in a suit right behind us that basically was following us and then walked right over to the church right inside of there. And Ty was like, see, that guy was just about to scoop you up and get you in there for your little auditing thing. So that was my experience with the Scientology. I want to let them know that I don't really believe in anything, but I was curious. But if you were to get me down there, I think it would be a hilarious time. I'd let you know that.
Well, I don't know if they let you out once you get in. I mean, AJ, you better hope they don't have a bird's eye view of your fucking estate. Otherwise, you're going to be a level 3 Thetan in no time, my friend.
Ty was hilarious. He grabbed me. Don't even fucking look in there. I'm like, Jesus, Ty, what are we doing?
Watch that documentary.
You have a lot of earning power. You would do well.
I was just so intrigued. I just feel like those people, though, they don't know what they're getting into with me. Whenever the people would show up at my house knocking, ready to sell whatever book they believe in or whatever, they think they're giving a message. It's like, no, I got questions for you, too. And then I guess that's just not how it works in that particular.
Well, no. I mean, I'm not very versed on it, but you watch that fucking documentary, Going Clear, and I'll tell you what, you're going to want to steer clear of Scientology.
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing about those documentaries is they will get you. That's why that social dilemma one I did not dive too deep into.